team. Play. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
On second down and 4. Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On the jet sweep, they get this to Cooks. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Here's Herbert. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 40. Herbert now. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 25-yard line. A first down carry by Elliott. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He gets it to Cooks. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Here's Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. No gain on the screen there at second down. Now it's Herbert. Escaping the pressure right. Touchdown! A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Snowhawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one a long 11-play drive. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. On 1st and 10, McLeod. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Straight ahead, ETN. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground. You know, it was tough for them to stand on the sidelines and watch the other team take it downfield and score, wasn't it? So they knew when they got on the field, it's on them. Pick up first downs, get downfield and score. How about them picking up that 3rd and short?
I was just going to say, you and I were talking before the game, those 3rd down conversions are going to be huge in this one. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll go again with ETN. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. As of this moment, as pretty much everyone knows, they sit alone in that top spot. But nothing is guaranteed. They haven't even clinched the playoffs. So a good start, but a long way to go.
And you know, a blunt veteran inside their locker room has stood up at one point or another and said, you know all of this means nothing so far. We've got to cover this, get it done. What do we want to be? It's like winning a title in August, right, in preseason. Doesn't count. Let's go ahead and get this thing done.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. ETN up the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Off play action. McLeod. Pressure comes, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Off the play fake. McLeod. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Partner, was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Jags are going to get the football here at their own 23. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. After the turnover, here's Herbert. That one complete. Elliott. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Now Elliott. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, it's Elliott. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball a 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Snowhawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Open man right side is Ingram. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now this throw caught left side. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Etienne. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Back to throw. McLeod. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. McLeod. This will be caught at about the 6. And the Jags are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. Are back within a score. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after try forthcoming. And that one makes it 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. Well, he's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season. Going to need a pretty good finish, though, if he wants to reach that mark.
Well, I like how you phrased it, partner. He is within shouting distance. If he stays on this pace, he's got a shot at it. But he needs a big game in there, right, to make sure that he gets it. So you know that during the week, in practice, and look, he asks for the ball all the time anyway. He's really going to ask for the ball and let his quarterback know he's open.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Herbert has it knocked free. And the Jags grab it. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A handoff for Etienne. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Portland's offense now about set to take over. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Tenth carry now for Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Elliott. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Draw play, Elliott. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Travis Etienne of the Jags offense set to take over again here. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Now Herbert following the turnover. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they certainly knew their challenge as this series began, and they got to stop on play number 1. Goal now, get 2 more stops and limit the damage to a field goal.
To throw again on second down. Herbert. And that's complete to Cooks. And they'll get this down to the 10. On first down, Justin Herbert. Dancing to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Now Herbert, third and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott from 4 yards out. And the Snowhawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was all finished on the touchdown reception by Ezekiel Elliott. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing to start the drive. McLeod eluding the pressure right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To throw on second down, McLeod, and that is incomplete here. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Looking to throw, McLeod forced out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense back to work now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing to start the drive. McLeod. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. McLeod. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Running out of the gun with ETN. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Looking to throw on second down. McLeod flushed out right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Looking to throw. McLeod. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I think that we all figured when he caught him that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the fourth down.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On second down, Elliott. And he'll take it down shy the 45 at the 46. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and they're going to get this up to midfield. From the 50, here's Herbert. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Inside give to Elliott. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On second down now, Wiggins. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Back to throw. Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Jags will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McLeod. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Derek Brown able to drop him for a loss of a couple. To throw on second down. McLeod. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. McLeod. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A beautiful fake. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Portland's offense now about set to take over. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
And he coughed it up, and the Jags grab it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the third quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines, tackle him, second guy in, tackle the ball.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, it moves the sticks. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right, and he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Off play action. McLeod. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Throwing on first down. McLeod. Well, he's got it complete to Fowler. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. Final minute now of the third quarter. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw. McLeod. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he is going to lose yardage here. And the attempt at 3 will have to come from the other end of the field as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their lead is hanging by a thread after that pick 6. But, look, they're still in the driver's seat. Now the question, how aggressive will they be on this drive? Time to find out. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The offense on third down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 8. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Looking to throw. Herbert over the middle. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. This will be caught just inside the 10. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Caught on the slant. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Back to throw. Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. With his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Snowhawks are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes this a 9-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Looking to throw. McLeod. Throw left side complete. That's Fowler. Only able to gain a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 4. Back to throw. McLeod. Losing 9 yards there. And it also brings up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his man. That's Fountain. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. On 1st down, McLeod flush to his right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. McLeod looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Looking to throw. McLeod, incomplete, into the hands of Fowler. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Buying time to... Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The give is to Elliott. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now, let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future, they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the home team here, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff.
Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Ran the road rookie, now I'm ballin' like a vet. If you talking crazy, better say it with your chest. Hit him with the right, then I hit him with the left. Ooh.
It's all right, man. Cool. I be going there like deposit. You don't really brag about it when you know you got it. Real hard to read a nigga hooked on finance. Say a lot of things and never catch like Sonic. Zoom, I'm gone. When I'm in my zone, I get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. Coming in strong like, tear down.